Back with PM Magazine Live at the grand opening of the Disney-MGM Studios here in Orlando, Florida. You know, when you come to this park, it's a great way to experience the history of the movies and the future of the movies. But a lot of people think there's another story going on here in Orlando, and that is, could this be the next Hollywood?
Major sound stages are already up and running in Central Florida, with more on the way. And Walt Disney World's Vacation Kingdom has its hopes of becoming the production capital of the East Coast. Disney spent roughly $500 million building its studio theme park, which includes working residential and New York backlots, animation studios, and 3 state-of-the-art sound stages. Stage 3 is home to the new Mickey Mouse Club. The Disney Studios have already hosted Carol Burnett, Siskel and Ebert, Win, Lose or Draw, and numerous commercials. Disney execs tout Orlando's weather and locations as equal or superior to those in California. But with Florida's fewer union restrictions and a lower cost of living, the bottom line is drawn in dollars.
Therefore saving our client probably an additional $1,000 to $2,000. The kinds of facilities are here. We have terrific physical plant. We have good crews. But the #1 reason that people come to Florida is the tremendous cost savings involved.
Disney is not alone. Just a few miles down the road, Universal Studios has 4 sound stages operating, and it's ready to start construction on 2 more. Competition makes a healthy marketplace, and there's good reason for Disney and Universal to coexist.
You just think of Hollywood as a place to make films. And we don't have that kind of critical mass down here. And we got 7 sound stages, 4 here and 3 down the street. And that does not make us a film capital. The more stages that we wind up here with eventually, the more people are going to think we should be doing our next film in Orlando. And not at MGM, not at MCA, but at Orlando as a film destination. I think that's an important next step.
Oh, it's clearly competition, but it is the same competition that one shoe store would have with another down the block. We are friends with the people. The business is too small not to maintain those relationships.
Norman Rice is among the studio employees happy to leave the West Coast freeway commute and smog, but he's not ready for the Hollywood East moniker.
I don't know that I don't like the term. It's what it possibly implies to some people. I mean, there is a real glamorous side to Hollywood, and I think that's what they're trying to capture with that catchphrase, is that, we have all the excitement, we have the glamour for people in the industry, and they think about the problems, the weather, the traffic, the permitting, all those things. Then Hollywood East somewhat has a negative connotation. But, yeah, you're right. I'm not crazy about that term.
It may be an exaggeration to call Orlando Hollywood East, but it is a threat to Hollywood's domination of the film and TV business.
The people who are unhappy are the film commissioners for the state of California and the city of Los Angeles. They don't want to see business leave the state or the city of Los Angeles, because obviously motion picture making is a business that not only spends a lot of money, but it's a non-polluting industry. It's the most desirable kind of business you can have in town. And it's glamorous. It attracts tourists who spend money.
Like this way or that way. All right, you get the map. I'll just follow.
Both Disney and Universal have their production wagons hitched to theme park studio tours. The 2 giant corporations have poured $1 billion into the combined facilities. The tours rely on real star-packed production to draw the tourists, while the production facilities are made financially feasible by the theme parks. Movie making has always drawn a crowd, but there are still Hollywood-style risks.
The worst thing that could happen, absolute worst thing that could happen, is a producer comes down here and goes down to Disney and has a bad experience, or comes to Universal and has a bad experience. No one needs that right now. What we need is, people to come down here, be well satisfied, be pleased, and whether it's at Disney or whether it's here, it doesn't make any difference. I mean, that's the growing phase that we're in right now.
I think that, of course, is the test. That right now, there's been a lot of talk about Hollywood East, that Orlando is Hollywood East. Until we really develop a structure for developing scripts, writing scripts, and financing scripts in Florida, the creative side of the business will remain in Hollywood.
Show business has always been nomadic. Producers will go wherever necessary to make movies. And a piece of the action will be going to Disney and Universal's new studios in Florida. But the movie capital will stay in California.
But most of the real, lion's share of the business does stay in Hollywood. Hollywood is here to stay.
A lot of people are surprised that although there is big money in making movies, there's even bigger money in making a beautiful place like this where people can see movies. May I have an umbrella, please, for 1 second? I'm singing in the rain. This could be an effect. I'm not quite sure. We're here at Disney, and we'll be back with more in just a minute.
Next, a survival guide to the world's #1 vacation destination.